This broadcast is partnered by Mint Mobile. I believe Chris Jericho is one of wrestling's all-time greats. A career that has spanned generations, and someone who has inspired men and women to become professional wrestlers. For every single Hall of Fame, wrestling related, to be legit, you need the name Chris Jericho in that Hall of Fame. He is a legend, and no one can take that away from him. With that said, like many legends before him and after him, there comes a time where you just can't deliver on the level that you yourself have set. There comes a time where you can't give the fans the quality that they expect from you. And Chris Jericho, he's human. He's a man. There will come a time where Chris Jericho has to step down and will step down. The question is that time now? Has Chris Jericho lost his touch? Have we reached a point where AEW might need to consider taking him off TV? Because he's not the Chris Jericho. He is not the same Ayatollah of rock and rolla. He is not the Ocho. He is not the same legend that we expect, that we have come to know him as. Well, we're going to take a look at that question. I asked this question to all of you, and you gave me your thoughts. You gave me your takes. So today, we are going to look at a poll, at some takes, and then you will get my perspective on Chris Jericho and if he's lost his touch. Before we get to that, I would like to thank the partner of this particular video, Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile is here to give you $15 a month on any mobile plan that they have. It's a steal for great quality. So let's get a quick word from our partner, and then we'll get to the video at hand. This video is partnered by Mint Mobile. Like many of you, I've been trying to cut back on expenses lately, but let's be real. It's tough when you got things to do and you don't want to give them up. But sometimes you have to make those sacrifices to pay your phone bill and satisfy the big tech companies. That was until I discovered Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile offers premium wireless services starting as low as $15 a month. With Mint Mobile, you can get high-speed data plus unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network. The best part? You get to keep your phone and even the phone number. Now, if you do want to purchase your own phone, they do have phones available on the website, which you can get through the link. The internet service is reliably fast. It's so seamless, I put it up there with any other network on the market. Now, some of you might think switching to a new service is a hassle. Let me reassure you, this is only going to take you 15 minutes to set up. You could literally do it right now from your phone, no need to leave your house or contact anybody. And if your device does not support eSIM, then Mint Mobile will personally ship you a physical SIM card. So if you're like me and you want to save a little bit of money without sacrificing anything, use the link trymintmobile.com/justalyx and start your wireless plan today as low as $15 a month. Don't lose out on this opportunity. Start saving money by switching to Mint Mobile today. Thank you all so much for joining me, but also thank you to the people who voted. Over 1,300 subscribers, viewers participated in this poll, and I appreciate every single one of you. I asked you, what is everyone's overall opinion on Chris Jericho nowadays in AEW? The results are in. 13% of you said he is a legend and you enjoy everything that he does. 22% of you said he's horrible, and every time he's on screen, I change the channel. But a whopping 65% of you said this. I like him. I love him. He's a legend. But he's boring. He's just not doing it for me, at least as of lately. Man, let's get some takes. I'm going to read some of these, not all of these. You can read them for yourself. One take says, Chris Jericho has always benefited from never overstaying his welcome? This AEW run is the longest run he's had since his first WWE WWF run, and it shows. He will always be a legend, but a break would do him a lot of good. One says, he is overly exposed. Another says, I would rather watch a Punjabi prison match, Great Khali, Jinder Mahal, than watch Chris Jericho in 2024. Here's one. This one's kind of cold. He feels like the dad who keeps lingering around the kids at a sleepover trying to show how cool he is. This ain't your party, Dad. Oh. Yeah, that one's scathing. Here's one. I really hate how AEW keeps turning him when his factions disband. I mean, you got the Inner Circle. He was a heel. They disband. He's a face. Well, he was a face before they disbanded, but still. You have JAS. He was, again, a heel. Then they disband. He's a face. And now he's once again a heel in the learning tree. Is he going to go face when this one eventually ends? Who knows? But good eye there. Here's one. Can't deny his legacy in wrestling. But this latest stuff, I can't stand him currently. And not even in a good heel way. I mean in a, I'm done, what else is on type way. The cringy way that this type of BS somehow gets greenlit in AEW makes my head hurt. That, and all the rumors about it being some childish dig at Punk, CM Punk, honestly seems likely with how they still can't get over him leaving. I can see the Elite and Jericho doing this inside joke gimmick to make fun of him. Meanwhile, Punk's headlining a SummerSlam with arguably the hottest grudge match in years. They really gotta get over Punk. Seriously. Jericho is hit or miss with me sometimes. He still gives so much to other wrestlers out there, and he doesn't have the best matches every night, but not embarrassing himself, in my opinion. Promo-wise, he still had some good ones that do get a chuckle out of me on certain occasions, on certain times. But there are some that I don't feel it. I mean, think about it right now with the learning tree. Out of all the gimmicks he's done, this one's the weakest. Give me a sec. I'll talk about it in a second. Let me read two more. This one's big. Honestly, the gimmick he's doing isn't bad. And I enjoy it to an extent. Having said that, I feel like it's one of those, how can I miss you if you don't go away? Or how can you miss me if you don't go away, if I don't go away? Deals with him. When he takes a break, it's only for a short period of time. Maybe go away for a little while longer? I don't know, because even so, I feel like he's done it all. He's done it all in AEW. Him winning the TNT or international title wouldn't do much at this stage, unless it was 2 years ago when he had the JAS. He can keep reinventing himself, but I feel like that's become a gimmick in and of itself, where it's like, yeah, dude, we get it. You can change characters. Overall, people are just tired of seeing him. For me, though, he's in the sweet spot where he's not holding a major championship, so I don't mind, but I understand why people have that sentiment of him. We'll end it with this one. You can read this all for yourself. You can even go vote right now on my community tab. I like Jericho, but that learning tree, hi guys, gotta go. I think that gimmick overstayed its welcome. There would be no AEW if it wasn't for Chris Jericho. Full stop. Would AEW have had that surgence of popularity if Chris Jericho never left WWE? I don't think it would. I don't think it exists. The only reason why we even have a secondary promotion is because Chris Jericho left WWE, and he didn't need to. We owe him a lot. Like I said before, no matter how you feel about his gimmick now, or him, period, over the last year or so, he is one of the all-time greats. You cannot dispute that. I've been watching Chris Jericho since WCW 1998. Cruiserweight champ. Yeah, when he first turned heel. I came in at the right time to see Chris Jericho. One of the best things about WCW. He has been one of the best things about wrestling, like I said, for what? 2-3 decades? The 90s, 2000s, 2010s, 2020s, early 2020s. That's a long time to be in wrestling. The amount of pain, physically and mentally, this business puts on your body, it must be extremely difficult to keep it up that long. Not only has Chris Jericho wrestled that long, he has managed to stay relevant throughout all of it. That is incredible. Not a lot of wrestlers can say they've done that, but Jericho can. And it's why he's one of the all-time greats. And so it hurts. It hurts to see him struggling to maintain that same relevancy. This new gimmick he has in AEW, the learning tree, it's no different than any other false prophet, false preacher standing in front of a congregation. Hey, give me all your money to worship the Lord in the name of the Lord. Right? But you're not really giving money to worship the Lord. You're giving him money so he can buy a new jet or a mansion, right? He's not here to help you. You're here to help him, although he makes it seem like he's here to help you. We've seen that gimmick over and over again. And on paper, I believe Chris Jericho can make that work. He should be killing it. But he's not. I don't know why it's not working. Presentation, I don't know. But every time I see him try so hard to get it over, it just makes me want to change the channel. It's not fun to watch. When I watch Chris Jericho now, I'm not seeing the legend that I fell in love with. I'm not going, oh my God, it's Chris Jericho. Let me stop what I'm doing. I'm going, man, what happened to this guy? You never want to see anyone get to that point where you're saying, man, what happened to him? You used to be so good. It reminds me of The Undertaker. After The Undertaker lost his WrestleMania streak, WrestleMania 30, there was this 5-year period. Many other wrestling fans, including me, were saying, man, I really wish this man would just retire because it's sad to watch him in this state. Every time he wrestled, he was slow, he was sluggish. It looked like it hurt to walk for him. It was depressing to see him wrestle. The breaking point for me was that match with Goldberg at Super Showdown, where he almost killed himself. That was the point where I was just screaming at the top of my lungs, please retire. Chris Jericho isn't there yet, but we're seeing the signs of it, the early signs of it. The dip in quality, his inability to get over a gimmick. That's not something Jericho has been known to do. It feels like someone who's lost his touch. Now, Taker eventually retired, and now people have nothing but good things to say about him. But he had to get out of the way. Chris Jericho, as great as he is, and you know what? I do believe Chris Jericho has some things to offer. I think he can still contribute to the business. If he does a part-time schedule, comes in and wrestles, I can see that work. Come in, wrestle, go away. That can work. But full-time Chris Jericho? I don't know if that works anymore. It doesn't feel like he has it. It feels like he lost it. Big time. And I hate seeing that. I hate saying it too. But that's how I feel. Look at the comments. Everywhere you go, nothing but negativity. The signs are there, y'all. This isn't the Chris Jericho that we've grown up with. And that's okay. Not everyone can remain on top forever. Eventually, everyone loses their touch. But it's up to them to realize, okay, I need to get out of the way. It's time for me to step down and pave the way for the new generation. If Chris Jericho can't deliver the same quality that he used to, someone already said it. He starts the Inner Circle, it's all about him. He leaves, turns babyface. Start the JAS, it's all about him. He leaves, turns babyface. And then he starts Learning Tree, it's all about him. We're spinning our wheels now. Ain't much change. You might put a different coat of paint on it, but it's essentially the same Chris Jericho. You don't want to see this stuff with a legend like him. You want to remember him for the good old days. And so if you ask me, has he lost his touch? It feels like he has. It feels like this Chris Jericho isn't what he used to be, and he's clinging on to whatever is left of his legacy. And it's sad to see. I don't want Chris Jericho to be remembered for this. I don't want his entire legacy tarnished, all because he didn't know when it was his time to bow out. And I get it, man. Wrestling is a drug. Once you get that hit, 50,000, 80,000 people screaming your name, it's hard to let that go. I get it. Especially if you had nothing else to do. If you're not known for anything else. If you haven't expanded your horizons into Hollywood, into music, show business. Jericho doesn't have that problem. He can let this go and still remain relevant. He just doesn't want to. Because he feels he can still contribute. And that's a problem, because the more I watch him, the more I think, maybe you don't got it anymore, man. So for me, the best thing that could happen is for him to take a break. Maybe he finishes this rivalry with Hook, Shibata, Samoa Joe, and goes away for, let's say, 6 months. The rest of the year. Then comes back in 2025. Let's see how the fans react. It could be exactly what he needs. We just need to miss him. How can we miss you if you don't go away? But what if he does come back and he's getting the same reactions? People chanting, please retire. Then that's a good indication that it might be time for him to hang it up. Again, I love Jericho. I don't mind him staying in the business, maybe part-time. But I don't want people to look at him as that legend who couldn't let it go, when we all knew it was his time to let go. What do you all think? How do you feel about Chris Jericho and where he is right now? Give me your thoughts. Where's your head at? Do you think he's lost his touch? Are we reaching the point where he should consider retiring? Or maybe he still has a lot more left to give, and you think he should stay until he feels like it's time to go? Let me know down below. Thank you guys for watching. Do all the YouTube things. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cashapp, and VENMO. I love you all. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time right here in Alyx's world, the place that is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you.